Do you know my dad used to be a volunteer firefighter?
I think I did know that.
Yeah. He's done a lot of things in his life. Like, he's just been so many things. Like, and there are stories that I could definitely tell. Like, he used to, I don't want to say valet, but he used to, like, park semi-trucks. Like, when they'd come off to the rest stop, the trucker would just, like, throw the keys and, like, I need to piss.
Keep her running.
Yeah. And his job was to just, like, back it into the position.
Yeah.
Well, he was really good at it. He's always been a good driver. That's why he was also a race car driver. True story.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that owned that lot was just like, hey, you handle these big trucks really well for someone your age. And Dad was like, thanks. And he was like, do you want to, like, drive for me? And Dad was like, sure. So Dad became a truck driver.
Wow.
I mean, the guy looked at how good Dad was doing it and, you know, how fast he picked things up and how much he seemed to understand. And because of this, he made a lot of assumptions. And when he said, you want to drive a truck for me? Something that never got asked was, can I see your license? Dad didn't have one, but he drove trucks for a while. Isn't that cool?
Wow. Unlicensed.
Yeah.
Ever get pulled over?
No.
Phew.
Well, not then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Driving the trucks, I mean.
But
that could have been bad.
No. Dad used to be a volunteer firefighter.
You know.
And did you know when they when they're teaching you about how to like locate houses, how to locate like a particular house to, you know, there's a fire at like blank house, how to locate it, because the exact story that I was telling at the time was about how we were trying to find this art gallery. Merlin and I went to visit Michaela's senior project, her art gallery, and it was a fantastic time. I got my car towed. That sucked. But I was like, where is it? It was like, this is the number. What's that number right there? And it was like odd. And this number was even. So I'm like, oh, it's this side of the street. Did you know that off the top of your head? All odd numbered addresses are on one side of the street and all even numbered addresses are on the other.
I do deliver pizza. So
you know this. They teach this when you're doing firefighting. They're just like, if you're trying to find the address, odd numbers on one side, even numbers on the other. Mm-hmm. And my dad butts in and he goes, he's telling the story, how can he butt in? He goes, never understood it. I was like, what do you not understand? There's odd on one side, even on the other. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I just don't understand why it matters. Look for the house on fire. And I was like, Dad, that's a cold open. And he was like, what? And I was like, you'll understand later.
You'll know in the future.
You'll know when it happens.
We'll do something.
Yeah, you'll know when the intro music starts playing.
Yeah, I'm 13 now, but when the intro music starts playing, Dad, you'll understand.
You'll understand what it means.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jim, this joke's getting a little too meta. And I'm like, well, just bring in the music.
And it'll stop.
It will stop, and I'll just mumble as the music comes.
Music is coming out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another cinematic episode of Anything But Politics. As always, my name's Jim, and I'm here with
Mark Wahlberg's real first name. Do you know
Marky.
Do you know what his real first name is?
Marky. His last name is Mark.
Huh?
His first name is Marky. His last name is Mark.
And the Funky Bunch. No, do you know what Mark Wahlberg's real first name is?
Is it going to ruin my life? Because I'd rather not know.
It will probably ruin your life.
Give it to me.
It's Mark.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Is this a joke?
No. Just a statement.
Do you know that for a fact that his first name... Yeah. Like, if we Googled it, would you be surprised to learn it actually isn't? And that you were right. Mark is a name he just goes by.
I would be shocked. Here we go.
By all these wet toasters on the floor from last week. Welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget to actually welcome them back. Welcome back is the first words I say.
Yeah,
never mind. Never mind.
Do.
Y'all remember the wet toasters? If you don't, last episode?
2 episodes ago.
No.
You're correct.
I know I am.
And that felt like 2 separate episodes. That's crazy. No, it didn't.
What a journey we're going on today.
That's what happens when I drink. half a beer.
Mark Robert Michael Wahlberg, former stage name Marky Mark, is an American actor, businessman, and former rapper.
See, he's not even Marcus. He's born Mark.
It kind of makes me upset and makes me feel old that he's 51.
He is not 50.
He is 51 years old.
Shit.
Born in Boston, Massachusetts, and boy, can you tell.
Yes, sir.
I don't think there's many people more Boston than him.
His brother. Donnie Wahlberg.
His name's Donnie. His name's fucking Donnie.
His name's Donnie, so he's very Boston.
My Uncle Bobby had a dog named Donnie.
No, he did there's a 30 for 30 ESPN piece. It talks about the Celtics and Lakers. It's the greatest rivalry in all sports.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
It is. And it is.
And honestly, fuck you for thinking otherwise.
There's maybe the closest you can get is like Red Sox Yankees, but even that's not. They haven't had enough like head to head.
Yeah.
Celtics Lakers had anyway. I'm not going to get into all that.
No, you're totally right.
They did a 30 for 30, and
can you explain to the people that don't know?
It's just a sports documentary. It's a 3-parter, and
why is it called a 30 for 30?
It's 30
because they don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, thank God, neither do I.
I have no clue why it's called 30 for 30.
I was hiding behind you guys. I was like, oh, please explain to them what the fuck you're saying.
So I know what you're talking about, but just to make sure they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is it, 30? So 30 for 30, it's a sports documentary. And they had celebrities do the voice for it.
Okay.
So one person did the Celtics, one person did the Lakers. The person who did the Lakers was good old Ice Cube. And he killed.
Of course he did.
Like, fuck the Lakers, but Ice Cube is fucking sick and he did a great job.
Was Donnie the Celtics?
Donnie Wahlberg did it for the Celtics.
That's such a choice.
But he's the biggest Celtics fan ever. Like,
oh, okay.
Been there since he was a kid, like going to the kids at 8 years old, like going to the games, every game. Loves the Celtics.
Yeah.
Breathes the Celtics. So it makes sense when you think of that. And also, we don't really have a whole lot of like celebrities.
That's fair.
Like, there aren't many at all. Our biggest one might be Donnie Wahlberg. Like, aside from other sports
I'm
people.
going to throw out a name, and I could be wrong here. Bill Burr. Where's he from?
He is from Boston.
I was about to say it's definitely going to be in like New England. I just didn't know exactly from what area.
This was recorded in like 2013, 2014, so way before Bill exploded. Bill was a pretty big comedian back then, but like he's gotten huge since 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Donnie Wahlberg was one of the more well-known people who is a Celtics fan.
You all know Donnie Wahlberg?
Yeah. Plus, Bill never went to the game.
It's just a very
Donnie Wahlberg.
Very small net.
Yeah.
The people that are with us right now, maybe Mark Wahlberg is with us right now. And he's like, I know who that is.
Yeah, I know that guy.
No one fucking else.
No. Sorry.
So
dope dude, though. Really cool dude.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, enough about Donnie Wahlberg.
And getting into this movie you're talking about?
Yes. Did you want me to go first, or did you want to go first?
I didn't have anything.
I
was going to riff off whatever the hell you were going to talk about.
Oh, I thought you said you had a movie that you wanted to talk about.
No, I said you want to talk about boobies, and then I was like, ha 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 ha, no movies.
Did
you
definitely
have something
movies
you were thinking about?
I saw a movie a little while ago.
What was it?
Have you seen the trailer and/or the movie? Period. For Smile.
Yeah, I've seen the marketing campaign.
You didn't see the movie?
No.
What would you think that the movie is like? Do you think it's good? Think it's bad? Think it's
pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic film.
No way.
It was really good.
No way.
It was really good.
I'm so happy to hear it.
Do you know the premise?
People smile.
That's what I thought. I thought it was like, oh, they're like they're just like using creepy smiles.
Creepy imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was all in the marketing campaign.
So the plot of the movie, spoilers for Smile. The plot of the movie is there's a woman.
Yeah.
She's the main character.
Of course.
And she is not an instructor. She's at a mental hospital, and she is one of the people who administers to patients.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Administers to patients at a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah. Sorry, psychiatric hospital.
Nurse.
Sure, we'll go with.
Let's call her a nurse.
She's
not
a
the word
nurse.
we're looking for, but she's a nurse.
She's a nurse, so she deals with patients who are struggling with all sorts of
mental illness.
mental illnesses. And she gets this one patient, and it's this young girl. She's 16 or 17.
Very young.
She is traumatized.
Of course.
She experienced somebody kill themselves in front. This is also very dark.
That will fuck you up.
Killed themselves in front of her. And it was
Not
her,
speaking from personal experience, but I've heard
it's
that'll do it.
Really difficult to watch.
That'll do it.
I believe it was her science teacher.
Okay.
Somebody she knew on a personal level.
Bad class. Bad class.
Yeah. Really not the best teacher.
Yeah.
Traumatized her very badly.
But
So
he
she
taught her
was
something.
dealing with PTSD, and she is there, and she is pouring out, and she says she sees these people sometimes.
Okay.
And it's dark figures, and they're always smiling.
The shadow people.
Yeah, the shadow people.
The Hat Man.
And he's always smiling.
Y'all ever seen the Hat Man?
I
Y'all leave a
haven't
comment if you've seen the Hat
seen-
Man.
I don't even know what the Hat Man is.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you more about the Hat Man later.
Okay, cool. So she's saying she's seeing these people, and it's very vivid. Like she sees them in real life.
Yeah.
And the nurse goes, "Do you see the person right now?"
Are they in the room with us?
Yeah, in the room. She said, "No, but they come sometimes. And it's usually when I'm alone."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, so let's talk through that."
I'm kind of that way, but with smells. I knew that would get you because it's a real story too. I think it has to do with my teeth because I've looked it up. That doesn't make it any easier to understand, but you're so fucking confused right now. If you look up, like, I think it's called phantasmia or something like that.
Yes.
It's a condition that is brought on by many things. I hope it's not the COVID-related reason, because if you get phantasmia due to COVID, there's no known cure.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, and that's forever. But essentially, I also have incredibly bad dental issues that I'm currently like going to the dentist every month to work on. I have like one appointment a month until my mouth is just fixed. Yeah.
How's that going?
I'm going to one in less than a week. Yeah, I've not missed an appointment yet, so ADHD has been kind to me.
What a man. That's awesome. That's actually great to hear.
Thank you. I really struggle with these things as someone with like severe ADHD.
Yeah.
I want to call it chronic ADHD. Like I'm gonna die from it. But it's really bad holding appointments, and I've been able to keep up with the dentist. I'm brushing my teeth every time I remember.
That's awesome.
Which still isn't enough, but I'm doing my best.
It's never enough.
Never enough. That's a movie.
It is a movie.
The Greatest Showman.
Mhm.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, never saw it.
I just start talking about that, and I just completely stopped this. But no, if you have bad enough dental issues, it's phantom smells.
Yes.
And
sometimes tastes, I believe.
it's the olfactory senses. So those are connected. That's why they make you pinch your nose when you're a kid and you drink medicine.
Yeah.
Is to make you taste it less. And that's why Subway sandwiches taste better than homemade sandwiches, because the entire time you're making your own sandwich, you're smelling the whole shebang.
Wow.
But because
The second you walk into Subway, you smell it.
you smell kind of everything.
Yeah.
And you can't pick out what is your sandwich. So tasting your sandwich is still a complete unique experience.
You know.
If you're only working around the ingredients that you're comprising into your sandwich, you're kind of pre-tasting everything.
Neat.
They say that you eat with your eyes before your tongue, but you eat with your nose first, actually.
Well, you eat with your eyes, then your nose, then your tongue.
And then
It moves
if
its way
you're
down.
feeling a little kinky, I'm sorry, I don't even know where that was headed.
I was like, what if you are feeling a little
Tell you
kinky?
what, it
happened?
was headed to the wrong place. But essentially, completely at random, I will smell something absolutely awful. It's always the same smell
Same smell.
/ taste.
Mhm.
It's the fucking worst. I don't know how to describe it. There's no
Is it
food.
worse than what's in there?
It doesn't smell like poop.
That's good.
It smells like something else.
Like
But,
rot?
like-
Does it smell like rot?
I don't know what rot smells like.
Oh. You ever smell like a dead body? No, like a human body. I'm sorry. So this is open.
They're all over the. Sorry, I have to.
So there are other people in line.
I'm sorry. I just. You don't go to many funerals. This is a closed opportunity. I get this like once every couple years. Let me have this.
Like a dead animal.
No, not really.
Really?
I've never smelled like a dead animal. Because I listen.
It's awful.
I listen to like horror podcasts, and they're
Sure.
like they talk about the sickly sweet smell of rot, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
I wouldn't say it's sweet.
Hopefully, it's not this.
Hope
Because
not.
like essentially like yeah, maybe once a day, as much as 4 or 5 times a day, and it'll last anywhere from 60 seconds to like an hour.
Whoa.
And I just have to test it because like I can kind of get used to the smell,
Mm-hmm.
but it ruins anything I taste or drink.
Oh yeah.
So like I have a snack with me of which I have multiple things. So like I have a little bag of Kit Kats, and I'm like, is it gone? No, still there.
Oh, that's awful.
And I just have to wait because nothing makes it better.
I've heard there are,
and I hope that fixing my dental issues fixes it, because
Yeah.
if it's a COVID thing and I have to live with this, I'm gonna see the girl at this. I hope I get administered to by a nurse at a mental institution, because that's where I'll have to go.
Yeah.
She's not gonna see random people. She's gonna see me at the mental institution, because I'm gonna check myself in. It's bad. I hate
You're gonna
it.
have a little nose pinchy thing that's constantly always there,
And a bag of Kit Kats.
and a bag of Kit Kats.
But go on.
So
Phantasmia. Look it up.
she.
I could be pronouncing it wrong.
Where was I?
I see the people.
Oh, I see the people. And then she was like, okay, well, let's talk. And then the girl starts screaming.
Ah!
Uncontrollably.
Are they here?
They're right behind her.
Oh my God.
They're always right behind her.
Are they smiling?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I haven't even seen this film. Whoa.
So then it inhabits her.
Of course it does.
And
she smiles.
And she.
I wrote
And
this film.
The woman goes to call on the phone, and then all the ruckus behind her stops. She turns, and the girl's sitting there smiling at her.
Yeah.
And then she slits her throat.
The smiling girl, yeah.
The smiling girl slits her throat in front of the. So the whole point of
Oh,
the thing,
yes. I know exactly. Okay, I think Merlin described that to me.
Yes. The whole purpose is that the demon can only pass through trauma.
Through trauma.
Yes.
And you have to see them, yeah.
You have to see them traumatically kill themselves.
Yeah.
And
then she was traumatized, and then
it's
later
like
she would pass
it's like 4 or 5 days before it overcomes you, and you have to do it in front of another person.
Yeah.
And she ends up she has a police officer friend. She ends up finding.
Of course she does.
Yep. She ends up.
I wrote this film.
She ends up finding the trail of how it got to the girl that she met, and how it got to that person, how it got to that person, how it got to that person, and she found out that it's 3 or 4 days, and she finds this out on day 3. She finds out on day 3, so she goes, all right, I only have like one. Maybe,
This is the Bye-Bye Man.
Maybe
Keep going.
Maybe 2 more days, huh?
This is also the plot to the Bye-Bye Man.
What's that?
It's like, don't say his name. You can't say his name. His name's the Bye-Bye Man.
Why are you saying his fucking name, Jim?
No. And they're like, but where's the source of the name? Where'd you hear it from? And
Can't
it's like,
say.
and it's like etched under this coffee table somewhere.
Oh. I've never heard of it.
Where's the source of the trauma?
Sorry?
Where's the end of the line? This person saw this person killed themselves. Who saw this? Where's the source?
She finds one person that escaped.
Yeah. So did they in the Bye-Bye Man.
And he is also in an institution. No, he's in prison. Oh, and okay.
Prison is an institution of sorts.
So can you try to guess what the solution is? How do you break the curse?
I forgot how you do it in Bye-Bye Man. So I'm coming to this with a clean slate.
Yeah.
How do you?
You're writing the movie. You wrote the movie, Jim.
I wrote the movie. Yeah, you're right. I did write the movie, so it would be unfair for me to answer, wouldn't it?
I don't think so. I think you're just explaining kind of the premise of your film.
Yeah, kind of behind the scenes, a director's commentary on why I decided to make it the way I did.
Yeah. So how do you escape this? How do you escape the demon?
Ooh. Okay, so it is purely trauma. Would any trauma work, or are the rules you have to see them kill themselves?
That is the survival of the demon. Is he feeds off of trauma?
The like raw, brutal way, I would think, to not continue the cycle is the raw, brutal way. Gouge out your eyes. That's
okay.
The like kind of. I think like a C tier movie would go with that route.
Okay.
Is that here?
No,
because you called it a good film, so I didn't think it would be.
It is a good film.
B tier is the source of the trauma, like when you feed it back to it's another tile.
I'm scared it's gonna scare me every time.
This person it went back to this person. Did they find the source? What is the source of the trauma?
What do you mean?
Like they were like, oh, you said they found the trail.
Yes.
Like, oh, you saw this person kill themselves. Trace it back.
Yeah.
Trace it back to the beginning. What's the beginning?
There's no beginning. They don't know where the beginning is. The beginning goes back.
Damn.
Too far.
Damn. D tier movie would be Exorcism.
Nope.
Good. It's a demon, so you gotta banish it.
Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah, give it to me.
The only way to prevent it from taking over you is to kill somebody else in front of somebody else, and then it passes through to the person that watched it. So he went up to a random person and said,
But are you allowed to, like, do you not have to look?
You have the demon. So the person is experiencing the demon. He is possessed by this trauma demon. He goes up to two random people and says, hey, look at this.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That makes total sense. Okay.
Yeah, and now the person who saw it is now traumatized.
I'm not very mad.
Yeah.
That's a fine enough reason.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's why the guy's in prison. He murdered somebody right in front of another person.
But he's alive.
But he's alive. Well, and so
Push the button. Would you rather live from a fucking demon or have to spend forever in prison?
Well, no, you die. You die from the demon in 4 days because you have to kill yourself in front of another person. That's the demon.
Would you rather die from the demon?
Yeah.
Or just live forever? Not forever. Live the rest of your life
in prison.
But in prison.
In one murder. You don't have to. You probably don't live the rest of your life with one murder.
The problem is he got caught.
He had to. He did it right in front of somebody.
Yeah, but then the demon passed to them.
Yep, and then they died 4 days later.
What happens if he then takes that person that he traumatized? So he's free of the demon, and he's also in the same room with someone that he knows has the demon in them and has to pass it on. Okay, he's already killed someone. Let's make sure we're going to prison for life. Now I'm going to chain this person in my basement. And the demon cannot force them out of these like chains or bonds. And he can't get past because now he can't kill anyone in front of anyone.
I mean, you've got the age-old trope of like...
The demon's so strong, he'll break the chains. They'll break their arms to get out of the chains. They'll do anything.
Because they operate on a non-human plane.
Yeah.
They're a demon. They have an alternate dimension or whatever. And so they would find a way out.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. Theoretically, I think that was brought up. I think I forget why that theory was passed.
I think every movie, story, drama, horror, people talk about it most with comedy, but it's really everything ever.
Yeah.
You delve deep into anything too much and it stops being fun. Everyone always says comedy, you dig too deep into the joke, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. You said the joke too many times or you explained it too much or you...
If you try to rationalize what makes something scary or what makes something dramatic or what makes it scary. It's not as, and that can be good if you're trying to overcome a fear.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to figure out like, oh my gosh, I love the way this scary thing made me feel. It made me feel sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Why did it make me feel like that? And then you figure it out and you're like, oh, it doesn't make me feel like that anymore.
Yeah. So he killed somebody, went to prison. So she goes and visits him because she knows he's the only one who ever escaped it.
Yeah.
And she asked him, she said, my friend is experiencing what you experienced.
Yeah.
How did they get out of it? And he explains it. And then she slips up and accidentally says, well, how do I find somebody? And she says it's her.
Yeah.
And at that moment, he knows that she has the demon.
Yes.
And he flips the fuck out.
Yeah, because at any moment she can do it.
I never
and
wanted to do with that
it
thing.
has him again.
And dude.
Yeah.
That man deserves a fucking Oscar.
Good.
He was incredible. I felt.
Was it Donnie Wahlberg?
It's actually Ice Cube.
Whoa!
No, I felt like a feeling. A crazy empathy feeling, which I don't get often from movies because it's like a fake person.
Yeah,
but
I actually do have something to talk about now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. So
You're good. No rush.
I know, yeah, but I also don't want to take fucking 50 minutes. I don't want to be the movie.
Yeah, go on.
All right.
Go.
What are you doing? So then she figures that out, and she can't do it. She can't bring her. She tries multiple times to bring herself to kill somebody. She just can't do it.
Yeah.
And demons messing with her head and blah 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 blah. She ends up. There's a very big twist at the end that I'm not going to reveal because it's literally not interesting unless I were to tell the whole movie.
Not even a Patreon?
Fuck it. It's not interesting. This is not an interesting spoiler. It's not it's more like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But she ends up killing herself in front of the police officer at the end. The police officer also was in love with her because of course he was.
Yeah.
So at the end, it's this whole thing where she's fighting with the demon, not fist fighting, but fighting the urge.
Mm-hmm.
And she's locked in this. She's She experienced trauma as a child. She watched her mother die in front of her.
Okay.
And she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't know how to contact authorities or who to go to. So she just watched her die, and she feels it's her fault. And
Yes,
that's the whole thing.
I saw Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So she goes to her old childhood home, goes to the room. I watched Breaking Bad. She goes to her old home, her old childhood room, and she sees the room that her mom, and she confronts that trauma.
No.
So that's the whole purpose of the movie, is to like confront your trauma and like get over it, but like overcome it. It's a very nice message. And at the end, you think that happens.
Yeah, it's a nice movie about trauma where the message is, get the fuck over it.
Why are you being such a pussy right now?
Just deal with it.
Just deal with it.
I could do that.
Everyone else has gotten over theirs.
Why are you crying over it? There's some if you can't do it, there's something wrong with you.
That's a you problem.
It is.
My mom killed a guy in front of me, and I could have done so. Get the fuck over it. Anyway,
I feel bad.
I know, but it's not real. She confronts her trauma of her past, and the demon goes away, and you're like, oh my gosh,
she did it.
All a ruse.
I love sick twists.
It is a really...
I love the gut-wrenching twist.
It hurt, man. I'm watching it, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I love that feeling.
It was good, man. And the police officer comes back, and she thinks she got over it. She leaves the cabin. She goes to the police officer's house, and she's like, oh, I'm better.
Yeah.
And like, I did it. It's over. He was like, oh, that's so great to hear. Come on in. Have a seat. And you start to get this kind of like eerie feeling, and it's like, oh, this is getting kind of uncomfortable. What? And then he just turns to her, and he gives a smile, and then you find like that's the demon has like taken form of the police officer to trick her into thinking that she was safe, and then he capitalizes on like her feeling safe, and then takes her back. She wakes up, she's back at the cabin, and yeah, I'm telling you, the end is like, it's a very big rush of emotions. She's back at the cabin, and she hears the police officer guy outside.
Yeah.
He's like, do you need help? Do you need help? I'm coming in. He breaks in. It's quiet. He walks over, and she's there, and she turns to him, and she's holding a gas can. She's doused herself. And she lights a match, burns herself in front of him, and
nice.
It's transferred over to him.
Nice.
It is I was really going into it being like, this is going to be stupid.
I'm happy with it.
It was a very good film.
It's hard to write. I don't know what not motif. I don't know what genre of horror to put that under, because like it's in the same boat as The Bye Bye Man, and I don't know what kind of film that is. Eldritch Monster, not Eldritch.
I'm not a big horror guy. I'm sorry.
Rumor Monster, where the bad guy is I'm gonna call it, for sake of a better term, I'm gonna call it STD horror.
Great.
Because I'm gonna found that name off of the movie It Follows, which is STD horror at its finest. The only way to pass the demon that will kill you is by having sex with another person.
Yikes.
You know the immortal snail that was on TikTok?
Yeah.
And if it catches up to you, it'll kill you?
Yeah.
And it's really slow, but it's relentless.
Yeah.
That's It Follows.
Never
it's
stops.
a demon that will never stop. It's slow, but it will always follow you. And if it gets you, you die. And the only way for it to stop following you is for you to have sex with another person.
Good film? Decent film? Whatever.
I would call it bad.
Oh, it's a bad film.
I would personally call it bad.
Okay.
I'm also very critical, especially of horror. I'm hyper critical of horror because it's my favorite genre.
Yeah. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
Bye Bye Man was also bad.
Okay.
Which was why I originally thought Smile would be bad, but based off what you said, I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
It's either gonna be great, or if it's not great, I still think based off just your description, it's gonna be at least good. I don't think, by the way you've described it, that it's gonna be a bad film.
It has moments that you just kind of have to get over.
Yeah.
There are some tropes, but you know what's beautiful about it?
What?
2, maybe 3 jump scares.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
But
Big
you
fan
have
of
the creepy. But you just have the creepy vibe that makes you uneasy. It is not a scary film. I did not go home feeling scared. I went to bed and I was like, go cozy. What a great movie. But I had this uneasiness feeling while I was sitting in the theater. The second I left the theater, that uneasiness went. That is my favorite type of fucking movie, where I can just be scared while I'm sitting there and it doesn't impede my fucking life. That's not what I want out of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good.
I do love the sick twist at the end. Sick twists are something that I fell in love with after watching a film called There's one of the films that were popular when they started making children's games into horror films, like Truth or Dare. Would You Rather? It was the film Would You Rather, and I believe the star was Brittany Snow. Who's to say?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Essentially, to give you the short of it, girl has brother has terminal diagnosis. I believe it's cancer. I believe it's very late stage. There's no other choice. She gets invited into a very wealthy man's office. I forget how she knows this wealthy man, but he's like, "Hey, I'm very wealthy. Would you like to pay for the treatment?" Because she cannot do it herself. I believe she is the only supporter of her brother financially in any way. So he's like, "I can just do it." And she's like, "What do you mean? Like, the cost is ridiculous. What do you want from me? What is this?" And he goes, "Come to dinner. Come to dinner, play a game. That's it." Of course, it's this fucked up thing. He invited multiple people. They all have something they're really fighting for. And it's like a sadistic, like, kind of Saw franchise, who has the will. The entire Saw franchise is surrounded, do you have that instinct to survive? If you don't have it, you will die. And that's the missing piece of you. It's the jigsaw piece that he cuts out of people. You're missing that little piece of you. The drive to live. So they all have something they're fighting for. And it begins just Would You Rather. And it's like simple stuff. And then it eventually becomes like, take a controlled shock, or it's literally press the button. Would you rather you take a controlled shock, or press this button and give 2 shocks to them? And then, they start turning on each other. And it's like, okay, we'll take the hat off you. The hat stays on you. Go to you. Skip you. Hey, would you like to take a shock or give them 3? And like he keeps like fucking with like one particular person. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And of course, I mean, like, the stuff you can imagine happens, and it boils down to 2 people. And
is this a good movie? I'm fucking with it.
I fuck with it.
I like it.
It's cheesy in the sense that like a lot of it's kind of predictable, but it was just gorgeous to me, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Spoilers, of course, for the film I'm talking about.
Called what?
Would You Rather?
Oh, that's right. Jesus Christ.
And it comes down to 2 people. It's the 2 people we've been rooting for the whole time. He essentially puts a gun in the middle of the 2 and says the one that lives at the end of the night gets what they came for, whether it be the money. I forgot what he was fighting for. I don't know. But they had like been kind of working together this entire time. They're both good people. Like there were, you know how every film has like the asshole.
Yeah.
And you want them to die, and they keep doing really well in the game.
Yes.
Well, that person's already dead.
Great.
We have 2 likable people, and he just starts going, all right, so let's rationalize this. The way we both get out of this is like, boom, he's dead.
Yep.
That's not the sick twist. She did it, money in hand, she goes home. Her brother was done being a burden. He took an entire bottle and was face down in the pillow. She did everything she could. She did everything right and still didn't win.
Oh!
That feeling, that gut feeling of you doing, you did it all right. You did it all right. You did nothing wrong. You played the game. You followed the rules. You did the hard thing. And you still lose? That puts a pit in my stomach that I fell in love with. And I was like, I need to find more films that give me this feeling. You want a comprehensive list? I forget them all. But Would You Rather was the first film that I found that made me feel that way.
I don't think Smile's going to give you that. It may give you
That's okay.
It may give you a portion of it.
That's okay.
But that is intense.
No, it's so good.
That hurts me.
It's so good.
I just heard a synopsis and I'm in pain.
Right? That's why I don't care about spoilers, because I get the same thing of watching the film from reading the synopsis. I get it.
Yeah.
So, this episode has not been very bit heavy because it has been both of us at length describing films.
Yeah.
And so, let's enter the goof zone.
Okay, let's get goofy.
You and I are writing a film.
Okay.
It's a horror film.
Good.
And it is an STD horror film.
Excellent.
What is the monster? How do you pass it to people? How do you kill it?
Okay.
What's the origin? Let's dissect this.
Here we go. You ready for this?
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Give me a high five.
Handshake?
I don't know. What did I say?
You said something?
Yep. I said, give me a blank. What did I say?
You didn't say?
Because I don't know.
No?
I said something.
Did you?
Yep.
You just said, give me a, and I gave you a handshake.
I said, give me a, and I said something, and I don't know what it was.
Did you say,
maybe?
Oh, no.
I don't know. But anyway.
Do you pass it by shaking people's hands?
No.
Okay.
No. You got it. No.
No.
You pass it by getting them to smell your shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I took a big old doo-doo in that bathroom.
Big old
right?
doo-doo in the bathroom.
It's bad. It could possibly be the worst smell that I've ever smelled.
Okay.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a little bit better in there right now.
Okay,
because
good.
this is not my house. This is somebody else's place of living. But that is how it's passed along.
Okay.
Big old smelly poo-poo.
Okay, so being possessed by this thing.
Yeah.
Is that what makes your poo-poo smell?
This is just
or that's the only way to pass it. So, like, if you want to get rid of it, you have to start eating a diet that's going to give you stinky poos.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're writing this. Don't be lazy.
We're writing
what do you
this.
do? Yeah.
We're writing this.
We are writing this.
I put forth an idea. You can put forth an idea of different, and we bounce.
Okay.
We bounce, baby.
Um.
This is just a workshop. This is just a brainstorm.
Okay. I have a name for the demon.
Okay.
It's the short name that like people actually just call it, not its full like true demon name. Is just Joe.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do I know where this is going? I might.
Do you know where this is going?
I don't know.
Do you know the demon's full name?
I think I do.
What is it?
Is it Joe Mama?
You have it. You have the demon.
Oh fuck.
That's how you get it. You have to actually get a Joe Mama joke of someone.
Ooh.
Because I need you to know it's 2023 and I'm still pulling this shit at work all the time. We get a new employee and we'll vibe.
Yeah.
Like I typically like most of the people that come through Walmart.
Yeah.
And maybe like a month into them working there, I just come in one day and I'm looking around and I'm like,
where's Joe?
I was like, it's been like 3 or 4 shifts since I've seen. Did Joe get fired? And they're like, who the fuck is Joe? It is 2023 and I'm still doing it.
But that's what makes it so funny.
It still works.
It still works.
It still works.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows the joke.
Everyone knows the joke.
And you're still getting people with it.
Because it's been long enough to where they're not on guard anymore.
Their guard's down, yeah.
They were on guard in middle school.
Yeah.
They're full-grown adults working a 9 to 5.
That shit's over now, thank God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm finally on the other side. I beat the demon. And here comes Jim. And he's just like, did you hear Joe got promoted to the head of HR? And I was like, who? And it's
Who's
like,
Joe?
Joe from our shift. He's just got promoted. I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know if I've
Joe?
met him yet.
Joe Mama? Now you have the demon. You will die in... What does the demon do to you?
Do I know I have the demon? The second I hear the words Joe Mama, I hear it, or I have it, and I know I have it. Do I know? Or does shit start happening to me, and I'm like, I think I got Joe Mama.
Do you want it to be how do you feel like it's most impeding? How do you feel like it's most scary? Like if immediately like I go, haha, Joe Mama, and your eyes go black and you start levitating off the fucking ground, or like.
Or is it like,
or like it's like a psychological
nice
torment
joke.
for the next 3 or 4 days, and you start hearing it more, and you're on the radio,
Yeah.
and it's just welcome to 93.3 WTTF. It's Joe Mama in the morning, and it's just like what? And it's, what?
Then
you start like reading a book, and it's like whoa.
You go over, you see you're like, Mom, I think I need to talk. Okay, come on over. You start talking, and you're like, I've been having a really hard time lately. I've been hearing a lot of things, and okay, well, do you want a cup of coffee? Just a good old cup of Joe to help?
Joe?
Cup of Joe? What?
Mom?
Yeah, a cup of Joe from your mama.
Did you
know?
say? Yeah. Hey, did you say
from
Joe Mama? Oh no! I'm saying it now.
Did you say Joe Mama? That's so funny. Yeah, you just start hearing it more, and
Joe Mama more people. It's
Please
2023. Bring it back.
Keep Joe Mama.
It's so easy to do.
It is.
Especially if you're at work, just ask if Joe got fired.
Yeah,
it
that
works
was the
every
easiest
time.
shit.
It's the easiest.
Because why would your coworker do that?
I've experimented with so many different baits, and
what works
they
the
call
best?
me a masturbator. But I've tried with so many different baits, and did Joe get fired when you're at work?
Gets it every
They bite
100%
every time.
100% win rate. I love the idea of doing it to a stranger. You're just like the dentist.
Yeah.
You're like, you're doing a really great job. Thank you. Much better than the last person I had. Oh, who'd you have last? Is there somebody who still works here named Joe? Joe. I don't know if we have a Joe here. Really? He might be gone. Joe. It's just Joe.
Joe Mama?
Joe Mama.
Dude.
A random adult person who's working on your teeth.
In a professional setting, ruin your first impression. You move to a new city because it's time to expand in life. You're making a career change. You've gotten a promotion. You've got to move cities.
New chapter in your life.
You know what happens with new chapters? Not only new apartments and stuff like that, but some of the boring stuff too. You need to find a new primary care practitioner.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor, and it's just like you apply to be a patient under their care. And the first time you ever meet that doctor, he's like, "Hi, my name's Dr. Martin," and it's like, "Hi, I'm Joe," and it's like, "Hi there, Joe," and I'm like, "Yeah, Joe Mama." Got him. Leave. Leave. Move back.
I already have 3 doctors.
I have 2 more appointments today. I gotta go. I'm Joe Mamaing them all.
They're all getting Joe Mama.
They're all getting Joe today.
I like that though. It gets switched through Joe Mama. This is very much a scary movie type.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the film franchise. Scary movie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, where it's like,
yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
We have scary movied.
Yeah.
The STD horror
genre, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's sexually transmitted demon.
Let's fucking go.
That's what it fucking is.
Let's fucking go.
That's what it. Episode over. Fuck you guys.
Get out of here. Jim Altman.
What? Oh, okay. I thought you were reading. I was like, what? What?
Everything you do.
Okay.
Everything you do.
Yeah.
You hear the gravity of that? Everything you do.
I don't know the gravity yet because I don't know the consequence.
Everything you do is narrated in your head by a celebrity of your choosing.
Already know. Already I'm not pushing it. Unless the second thing is fantastic.
But Donnie Wahlberg or Ice Cube. Come on, man. If Ice Cube could narrate everything you do.
I can't do a Ice Cube impression.
We're not allowed to do an Ice Cube impression.
Hey dog, I know. I didn't say I don't think I can.
I'm not capable.
Oh, I'm sure I could. I can't. Is there someone I could do an impression of, you think?
Donnie Wahlberg.
No. Probably
just
not
talks
him
like
either.
a Boston. Just think Boston and then make it a person. You do a good Boston accent?
I just haven't practiced it in forever. I used to do it really well because I used to talk about my family.
Yeah.
I still talk about my family, but just like, my Uncle Tim, I think might be just as Bostonian as Donnie Wahlberg, if not more. My Uncle Tim is the definition of a man from Boston.
I love it.
It's great.
That's awesome.
I might be able to find a video that I made for Megan's bachelorette party? Like something, yeah, I think so. Where it's a bunch of her family members like saying that they love her.
Yeah.
And he's in it, and he completely breaks everything that had been done before or after. Because everyone's fucking normal, and then the fucker from Boston shows up.
Let's go. They always ruin the party.
But I mean, like,
in a good way.
Everything you do narrated in your head by a celebrity. I don't care what celebrity it is. It's just, he thought about jacking off. He kept thinking about jacking off. It's been 3 goddamn hours. He's still thinking about jacking off. He jacked off. Like, that's all you'd get.
That's so good.
Just all day.
He jacked off.
He jacked off.
So everything you do is narrated in your head by a celebrity of your choosing, but...
Can I choose my Uncle Tim? I'm so sorry. Keep going.
But everything is narrated. It never ends. I like that it just repeats. Everything is narrated by a celebrity you're choosing, but everything is narrated by a celebrity of your choosing.
Is that actually the
legit
consequence?
What it is?
Oh, because it stresses with capitals. Everything is narrated.
I want to make sure the entire word is capitalized.
The fucker breathed. He breathed again.
He
Time
did
for another
again.
goddamn blink.
You do multiple things.
This
at
is like a
once.
C+ Bostonian impression, by the way, and I know that.
No. I'd give it a B minus.
I'll take a B-, but I'm not taking any more.
That's fair.
Okay. Good.
No, but you do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
Am I getting multiple Donnie Wahlbergs up here?
Or do I have one
he breathed,
Donnie
he jacked
Wahlberg?
off, he breathed, he jacked off, he breathed. Like, am I getting all of it? Am I at the same time?
He's sitting in a chair. He's kind of fucking with his sock
breathing,
right now.
He's breathing. I just get on repeat. He's breathing, and that's one track. And then another track is like, he's thinking about jacking off. He's thinking about eating cereal. He's thinking about doing both at the same time.
He's sitting down about to eat supper with his family. They're having a prayer. He's thinking about jacking off. What a fucking twit.
He's thinking about jack. Oh, he is jacking off. Oh my God,
He's at the dinner table. What the fuck?
He's taking a shower with his parents.
These guys going straight to hell. Do they get their own commentary? I hope so.
Yeah.
I would be okay if someone. I don't want. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want. Everyone says I want Morgan Freeman to narrate my life. No, I don't. I want him to commentate it. I want a celebrity commentator, bitch. I know what I'm doing.
What the fuck is he doing?
I don't need a narrator. I know what I'm doing. You don't need to narrate it to me. Commentate on it. I want your personal opinion, Donnie Wahlberg. Do you approve of what I'm doing? Commentate me.
I need Donnie Wahlberg.
That's so much better.
So much better.
Fuck narration.
You know what? I'd be doing the same thing.
You know what? I'm thinking about jacking off.
You know what? You know what? I've been thinking about jacking off all day.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna give you 5 minutes silence. I'm gonna go jack off. And it's the only 5 minutes of silence you ever get from Donnie Wahlberg until he's back.
What a great guy. He
That
gives you 5 minutes.
He gives that to you. And he
Go
would.
ahead. I know you can't finish if I'm talking about it. So you go do what you got to do. I'm going to go read a book or something.
Everything.
That's
because
about a C+. Would you give me a C+?
I'd give you a B-.
That's my man.
That was as good, if not
I
by
think
the
we're
end.
doing
I
the
think
same.
mine was falling apart, and I think you were even getting a little
I don't
better.
know about that.
As it kept going, you were finding it, and I think I was losing it.
You're giving it to me.
You're taking my accent. You're the Boston man.
I'm
No, he's taking it.
the Donnie demon.
It's the Donnie demon, the sexually transmitted Donnie.
Oh shit.
First things first.
I'm the realist.
Go to saltyslothproductions.org/ABP.
Can you do it in a Donnie Wahlberg voice?
I was thinking about it, but I really can't.
He's thinking about doing it in a Donnie Wahlberg fucking voice.
You sound more like Rocket Raccoon.
I do, yeah. He's doing it. Oh no, that's way too guttural. He's doing it in the.
No.
He's
Pull back.
doing it in the
throat. You're gonna hurt your throat.
No, I'm not. He's doing it in the Donnie Wahlberg voice.
Wow, that's actually pretty good.
Who is Bradley Cooper? Is that the raccoon?
Is Bradley
I'm
Cooper
pretty sure
Rocket Raccoon?
pretty sure it's
What
Bradley
the fuck? Brad?
Brad.
I also have a cousin Brad. He's pretty up there in the Boston.
Yeah?
He's pretty up there in the Bostonian hierarchy.
I almost looked up Bradley Cooper as if that's easier to figure out if I just look up Guardians of the Galaxy.
Jack off can't even do his fucking merch drop.
Do it in the Donnie, please.
No.
Please. I'll give you so much sex. Money.
You will get from you?
I don't know. That's whoever you want, man.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, if he consents.
If you consent.
It is Bradley Cooper.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is. And Vin Diesel is Groot.
I knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's all about family, man. saltyslothproductions.org/ABP. You'll see a button right as the page loads in.
I don't want you to do it if you're not going to do it in Donnie.
Do you want to do it in Donnie?
No.
Then
you do the act.
jack off.
He's thinking about jacking off.
Then
Come on, man.
Fuck off. You know they call people
Jack-offs, yeah.
They don't do that enough here.
They don't.
That's like a purely like New England thing that I need to be brought into like Midwest and the South.
Yeah.
But I
Jack
need it
off.
done in like but I can't.
I don't know if you can do it in a
That's
Southern
the
accent.
thing.
It
It's like
doesn't-
it's only funny in Boston.
Yeah.
What
What does a Southern accent sound like? Hold on.
dude, I was wanting to do this at work the other day.
Yeah.
A Southern accent because I was like, what? I think I was like rapping something in my head. I listened to rap, and I was like, what would this sound
I
like?
didn't know if you're like rapping something.
No, I was thinking about a Southern accent, and
Okay.
I was like, what would this sound like in a Southern accent? And I couldn't do one.
Yeah.
I was like, what is a Southern accent?
I can't think of what it sounds like right now.
I can't either.
I can do hee-na-ha.
That's pretty Southern.
Hee-na-ha. A Southern person would say hee-na-ha.
You know.
Hee-na-ha.
Oh, you know what it was?
What was it?
The reason I was thinking of a Southern accent is because then, holy shit. Okay, hold on. Let me do this in my normal voice. The merch shop. Fuck the link. It's in the episode description. You don't need to type it in. I don't need to tell you what it is. It's in the episode description. Click it. The first thing you see will be 2 buttons. Join as patron. Click that. You'll know what that means later. Second one is the merch drop. Check out the hoodies, the t-shirts, whatever you want to get. There's also a poster. We're really proud of the design. Poster. It's for the 100th episode. You only have 2 weeks left from today. Get something if you want it, because you won't be able to get it after. It's on pre-order.
Literally
after pre-order is over in 2 weeks, you'll never be able to get it again.
It's over.
We promise we're not restocking this. Things like the spring collection and the fall collection. After the spring and the fall, we might restock something if it's a popular design that people really liked, but not this.
We'll restock at 1,000.
We'll restock the 100th at 1,000?
Yep, we'll do the 100th and the 1,000th. We'll drop both of them together.
Well, if we also do a special drop for the 250th and the 500th and the 750th.
Only for the 1,000th. We drop 100 again.
Yeah, no.
20 years from now.
But for the South.
Oh, yeah, we dropped the 250. We dropped the 5.
Yeah,
we dropped the 750. Yeah. So either do it now or wait 20 years.
No way that's 20 years, is it?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
1,000 episodes divided by 52 weeks in a year. 1,000 divided by 50 is correct.
20 years.
20 years. Oh my God.
So until we're 43 years old.
Do you want to wait that long?
No.
Jack off.
We also might not do it because then it de-incentivizes doing it now. So just do it fucking now.
If you haven't already done it by the time we're done rambling with this bullshit.
I just feel bad for somebody who maybe finds us later. It's like, man, I wish
they'll have the opportunity for merch.
But
they'll
not the 100.
No, they won't.
I guess they don't deserve it.
That's
Fuck
the
you
thing.
for finding us
later. No, it's not that they don't deserve it. Sure, they do. I bet they do. But it's the exclusivity of like having been here for it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's okay. Because then what are you doing? You're taking away from the people that were here for this special thing.
That's true.
By offering it to any Joe Schmo that comes around.
Any Joe what?
Mama?
Fuck.
Why is there water and toasters all over the floor?
That is one thing I do love about doing all episodes at once is we just get a filter of like circling.
If you want the real goddamn ABP experience, you have to wait a full month and then listen to all episodes in a 4-hour binge. And I promise we're like 3 times funnier.
Oh man. All right.
Thank you, Salty Sloth Productions, for producing the show. Thank you to our patrons for being so hot.
Damn it. You guys are sexy if you want to be.
If you want to be. If not, you're funny.
If not, then you're just a sweet little guy.
You're a sweet little guy.
Or girl.
Thank you to our patrons. I don't know all of their names. Seth normally reads their names, and I fuck with it. I'm going to just let him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does like doing it. It's a nice little thing he gets to do.
I don't know if he likes doing it.
Well, he does it. He does it regardless.
He does it.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you, Seth. But, you know, our patrons, Kat, Jess, Jessica. I don't want to say all their names because I'm going to forget someone. Joe.
Joe who? Did we get a new one named Joe?
I think so. Joe.
No way. Joe who?
Hold on. Let me go to Patreon. I have an app on my phone for it.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Patrons. We have 8 total patrons.
Let's go.
Let's go. If you want to join, link in the episode description.
Please do.
SaltySlothProductions.org/AP. Joe Mama. No!
Fuck!
The toasters are back. Okay, I'm sorry. Bye.
We promise we're done with this bit. Goodbye.
Bye. We're not. We have one more episode.
No, we're done. We're done with this bit for this week.
Yeah, for this week.
It'll be back next week. Rest assured. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, just wanted to give a special shout out and thank you to Jamie, Jess, Kat, Sky, Jessica, Brian, and Rachel, our top patrons this week. And we just want to say, y'all really don't know how much we appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much.
He jacked off. Like